私が何をしたのか鮮明に覚えているわ。私は知りたかっただけ、この世界の真実を。
この年で冒険に行くことになるとは。僕の力を平和のために。
海に踏み入ろうとはいい度胸だ。王国を守ることこそがジュエル人魚の定め。
Hello, welcome to this week's talking portion of Cozy and Chaos. It has been quite a chaotic, more chaotic than cozy this week, as most weeks tend to be. And it's just still January of 2024 and it's already very exhausting. But in any case, we're going to flip through or like look through the week that has passed for me. Today is Tuesday as I am filming this, the day before I'm uploading this video. So I got to like recover a bit of my energies from the weekend, which was, hold on, which was this week, the 22nd to the 28th, which if you're from the Philippines, you would have heard Dinagyang Festival of Iloilo City or Iloilo Province in general. And we had a very stressful weekend actually. I started working this January at my aunt's store, and we are going like, my schedule actually is around like 8:30 to 4 basically, but I tend to stay until 5 some days if I'm not really that busy. However, because of Dinagyang weekend and our store is like at the almost very center of festivities, like food festival is just right around the corner, stages for concerts and for the judging areas are quite nearby, so our schedule for like our store hours became from 8 to 5:30 to 8 up to 10 p.m. like straight hours. Two of my aunts and I, the three of us do like a sort of shifting when it comes to eating. However, of course, with the amount of people that are outside, us introverts are like very much exhausted. So let's begin with the first part of the week. I was supposed to have a day off Monday. However, the scheduled stuff that supposed to happen on Monday did not happen, so I ended up working. So basically I have 7 days of work. That's why I have like checked off work here for all 7 days. I did manage to watch 2 of the anime that I have listed for this week, which is Spy Family Season 2 for the first one. And to be fair, I really loved it. I really like that this season is more focused on Yor rather than them as a whole. And I really love Yor. I really love the second season. And I'm looking forward to the next one. And even though I technically did not jump into the anime as soon as it came out, if you are new here and you don't know, I do not like ongoing or airing anime like to watch. I'd rather let it finish airing and then binge watch it. That's why it took me this long to watch Spy Fam Season 2, even though I know it's good. I had a paint accident actually at work this day because I was cleaning up like the old storage for like construction supplies. I wanted to organize the stuff that are in there so that we could put more stuff in and not clog like the spaces in the hallways of the store and like different stuff, so that we could put more stuff there, like additional stocks and such if we are needing to like prepare for restocking day. And I accidentally knocked down a paint bucket that wasn't actually sealed. I thought they were like extra paint buckets. That's why they were there. I did not know that it wasn't sealed. So when it was knocked over, I got paint all over my hands and my feet basically. So yeah, that was like, I think this was the, what do you call this? This was the payment that I get for having such a good luck last week with all of like my pulls. Usually that is what we are thinking when it comes to like having such good luck, either gotcha, in the lottery, in real life in general. Like you can't really have everything that is good going for you. Like we believe that if like you have straight good luck, there's always something that will catch up to balance it all out. And I think this is like my payment for the good luck that happened last week. And then if you notice that I did have like little numbers here to the side, those are actually counters for my intertwined fates in Genshin, because I was planning on like pulling for C5 and 6 Wanderer when he comes out like in the future. Still quite a long time, but I need at least like 270 intertwined fates in order to guarantee the C6 if I don't win the 50-50, that is. However, after the drip marketing that happened last night with Shiori, I'm like having some thoughts. Like, I'm thinking twice whether or not I will pull for Chiori or not, which is so pretty. Dual wielding sword users are like fantastic. I love her story when the event happened. I love her design. I'm somewhat a Geo main. I started as a Geo main with Albedo, so somehow I'm thinking twice whether or not I will pull for Chiori. And then so that's what like the little numbers are for. I don't have it here on the weekend because I was expecting that we are going to have like a signal blocking sort of situation, because every Dinagyang festival for the past few years we always don't have mobile signal near judging areas, and since our store, or like our house basically, is near a judging area, so it is has a greater chance of being affected by, like, it's not signal jamming but rather signal cut off for mobile. And I was expecting it, so I asked Roy to pilot my account for the 3 days that I was not able to play. However, they did not really cut off the signal or the Wi-Fi, so I was able to watch movies. But since I was busy, so I'll just let Roy pilot all of the days that I wasn't able. So yeah, a lot of deliveries happening, a lot of stocks. I did not feel all too well that weekend because it was both hot and cold. Like, there is always this tendency for Dinagyang Festival to also be rainy, and so it rained quite a bit in the weekend, which also I believe adds to like the reasons why there wasn't that much people buying stuff. Granted that there are a lot of like, this year I feel like there are a lot more vendors out on the streets compared to previous years. Their requirements, or like their the things that they need like to buy from our store, are far more different compared to like other years. And I started taking stock and taking notes on like what to prepare for next year, for the festival when it rolls around again next year. So in the weekend, other than like the festival, of course, I do have a lot of clips from the festival because I went to like get my new glasses. Actually, I'm actually wearing it right now. These are my new glasses. I'm actually very happy with them. It's like it has a blue tint, or like rather the frame is blue at the bottom, ombreing from black to blue. Really liked it. It's better now. It's lighter. I'm happy with it. So that's why I put here new view, which is like glasses. However, they started closing the streets. Like, of course, Dinagyang is like a street dance festival, and there are stages constructed all over, and they started closing streets on Thursday for the stage reconstructions. So we are like very much stuck in traffic just to get my new glasses. And then usually in the past when I was still like studying, they usually close the streets on Friday afternoon. So there is no class on Friday afternoon, but this time they close the streets starting Thursday, and Friday there is no classes for the kiddos, which is really quite actually it's quite unfair. But well, it's understandable, but it's still quite unfair for those older kids like us who had to go to school Friday morning and then have to walk home because the streets are closed. But anyway, lucky for the kids this time, especially like after the Dinagyang festival, we already have classes like on the Monday after this festival, and they don't have. So they basically have 4 days off from school. Well, anyway, it has been cold this weekend, so I woke up actually at 5 a.m. this day, even though I was very exhausted from like the previous day, because they started to crank up the music of like dance musics at like 5 a.m. Like, I was already awake at around 4:30 when like I saw the clock like on my phone turn from 4:59 to 5 a.m. and they still have like a bit of a lullaby music going around in the background from the sound system. Like, we could hear it ever since 4 a.m. but it's like more soothing, more quiet. And then as soon as 5 a.m. struck, they cranked up the volume way too fast. Like, it became loud, and then everything is like dance music, and it's 5 a.m. It's like we are being like, I think it was around 6:30 when they started playing Never Gonna Give You Up, and it's like we're rickrolled at 6:30 a.m. It's barely 7. So yeah. So I also went to like the food festival one of those days, and there's not that much people during Saturdays, unlike the previous. But when it went to like Sunday, it was like a lot of people on the streets. There were like free concerts for OPM bands like Kamikaze and Ichiworm, and a lot of people are out on the streets celebrating. I do have like a clip from like I was sleeping, or like almost sleeping. I was on my bed ready to go to sleep, and I could hear the screams from people from the free concert. So basically at the comfort of my own bed, I could actually hear the free concert, and I was listening to it and I can hear people screaming, but I have to delete that clip because I can't actually hear the singing on that clip, only the screaming. So it was pointless, it was meaningless. I didn't really need to include that in this video, I think. I don't know. I haven't really organized my clips yet, so we'll see if I included that or not. But anyway, since there weren't as many people on Saturday, I did watch Soul Station, which is, I don't know what came over me, but I think they said that this was supposed to be the prequel animated version for like Train to Busan, because it is basically a Korean zombie apocalypse movie. I rated it actually as a 3 out of 10 because, like, look at my review. This anime starts with the medic team not knowing what a zombie is. So basically, those who have been bitten and are like very much like chaotic and biting other people, they place them, like all of the bitten victims, in the emergency room, not knowing what would happen. And like, it's as if they haven't seen a zombie, or like did not know what a zombie is, or like don't know what a viral infection is in the first place. And like, it's fairly stupid. And then the ending to it wasn't really like, there's no resolution to it. Like, you can't like any of these people or any of these characters. You can't really feel sorry for any of these characters. It's just horrible. No, anyway, I realized that I actually put this in my dropped folder for like my anime list, like my drop list. Like, I don't want to watch this at all anymore, but I saw a upload of it on Bilibili and I decided, like, why not? There's no people anyway here, so let's watch a movie. And I'm fairly disappointed. And I also watched during Sunday when it was still early morning and people aren't really like out on the streets yet. The Lonely Castle in the Mirror was fine, I guess. It was fine. It was sad. It was a very sad movie, but I guess it was fine. And I put here Scorpion No because we do sell, like in the evening, we do sell liquor for the festival. And it's like, for like, of course we have to screen whether they're adults, but basically our liquor is like more like harder liquor, so we tend to sell only to older people. So when I opened the case, like a fresh box of liquor, when I opened it and pulled out like 4 bottles out of it, I saw this big of a scorpion in there, like in the freshly opened box, and I was like terrified because I haven't seen a scorpion in my entire life, and then there it was. But anyway, still fine. It's dead now. So overall, it was like a successful week. They did end, like, I ended my shift at around 10-ish that evening on Sunday, and then they finished like all the concerts, all the singing at 12, and they started cleaning up at like around 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., like the whole city, and everybody dispersed. And this is like the best thing that ever happened, because years past, every Dinagyang festival, when we open the door to like the streets, because we are like, my house is in front of a street, so when we open the door like to our garden overlooking the street, we could always smell something pungent, especially with all of the drunks. And also there's like a comfort room area, like a portable comfort room right across the street, and this time it wasn't as pungent as like in the previous years, which we are very grateful for. Not much disgusting thing happened in the weekend, like after the aftermath, and the place is fairly clean, so like we're happy about that. So anyway, that was my week, and I will be making the spread now, and overall it's quite fun. I'm still quite tired, even though it's just Tuesday, because I didn't have like a weekend or like a day off. So this was from last week. Fairly, I really love this actually. I'm still like, not this one because this is fairly simple. This one and this one, I really love them. So I'm thinking of making another tip-in week. My theme for this week, I actually was looking through all of my Genshin prints that I want to use up, and I found a bunch of like novelty prints. I did not bring my tape. Oops. I'll get that in a bit when I pause. But I do have like pre-made my tip-in for today. This one. But instead of like tipping it in this way, like it opens this way, I decided to open it backwards. And I did a bit of my journaling here already. I haven't put in like when I got my glasses. I was supposed to write it down here, but we're going to do that. So my theme for this week is like novelty, blue, ocean, water, whatever. Black and blue basically, and white and silver and gold. And I'm going to get my tape, and I'm going to just speed through this like over music, and then we'll talk about it right after. Okay, to be fair, this week this was quite perfect because it has been raining in the weekend, and if you don't play Genshin, whenever there is like this like lore wherein every time the Hydro Dragon cries, it rains, and technically Nivelette is the Hydro Dragon. So I off camera I did like add a star here and another one here, but I wanted to like do the tip in wherein it's like going over the page like this way. And I do have like a bunch of like these printouts of Nivelette, and as you can see, this one is similar to this one because I printed out multiple pages of like the same type of photo just so that I have stocks of it. But any case, this is the spread that I have this week. It's fairly simple and it's fairly easy to do, maybe because this is just like a very big tip-in page in general and there's not much. So yeah, I still love it. It's still enjoyable, and it basically sums up my whole week, which is rainy, chaotic, but also quite enjoyable. And I thank you for hanging out with me again this week. I'll have a bunch of videos that I am preparing to film for this week, and I'm quite excited to share with you all. So until then guys, take care and bye!